The Malatesta Palace hosts the Archaeological Museum and the City Gallery, with its rich collection of archaeological remains and art pieces. Here we can find accounts of the relationship between the sea and the people of Fano, in which the sea represented a large communication route necessary to plan trade and a complex net of relations with faraway places and civilizations. The 6 rooms of the archaeological section are located on the palace's ground floor, below the 15th century portico. Here you can view prehistoric, protohistoric, and Roman findings gathered from private collections, the antique industry, accidental recoveries, and excavations carried out within or outside the perimeter of Roman Fanum Fortunae. One of the most important pieces of the museum is the central emblem of a 2nd century AD Roman mosaic of black and white tessera portraying Neptune holding his trident, leading a chariot pulled by horses. It was recovered beneath Piazza 20 Settembre's bell tower and is likely to have been part of a larger piece possibly located in a thermal building. Neptune was the god of the sea, and his protection was requested by sailors with propitiatory midsummer rituals. After the advent of Christianity, the same rituals were incorporated in the cult of the Stella Maris, Our Lady Star of the Sea, patron saint of sailors, celebrated nowadays with acts of devotion and the annual boat procession. Another valuable item, a low relief with horse, used to be part of a funerary monument. The piece seems to recall the journey that souls undertake to arrive in a holy insular realm, and is a fragment of a 1st century BC frieze in white limestone. An intense cultural and commercial inter-exchange between the 2 Adriatic shores is shown by the objects forming part of the funerary accoutrement of several tombs found within the territory. They've brought to light Etruscan bronze vases, Attic vases, and fine jewels manufactured in Athens during the Greek city's period of maximum wealth. Many 1st to 2nd century AD terracotta amphora are displayed here. These fine objects with large body, thick neck, and strong handles used to hold and preserve food transported on boats. Amphora could furthermore be used as cradles for babies, filling for buildings, and port structures, or as funerary urns for paupers. The City Picture Gallery was opened in 1898, along with the Archaeological Museum, and holds one of the finest painting collections of the Marche, and displays work by artists from the Marche, Veneto, Bologna, and Rome. This museum is an account of the excursus of painting in Fano and the Marche, from the 14th century to the modern day, and shows influences by the most diverse artistic currents. The pieces are mainly arranged in chronological order. A visit to the museum starts on the 1st floor in the Sala del Caminetto, the fireplace room, and ends with the 19th and 20th century room in which several pieces portraying the harbour, fishermen, boatyards and boats by the painters Antonioni, Fortuna, Simoncelli and Stefanucci can be seen. On the bottom wall of the fireplace room is the Madonna of the Milk, with Archangel Michael and St. Paul by Guglielmo Veneziano, a painter who operated in Veneto and the Marche in the 2nd half of the 14th century. On the same wall is the Madonna of the Roses, a polyptych portraying the Madonna with Child and Saints, painted by Michele Giambono and Maestro di Roncaiete. The polyptych was originally located in the Church of St. Mary on the bridge on the Metauro and is formed of 2 rows of tables. The upper line is attributed to Maestro di Roncaiete, and the lower one to Michele Giambono. In the middle, on a golden background, the Virgin is sitting on a throne with baby Jesus, while her hand is holding 2 roses, a symbol of the house of Malatesta. The painting being in the Marche does not necessarily imply that the painter himself came to the region. Contacts with Venice were frequent and well documented, and the painting does not reveal close relations to the local setting. It can, in fact, be placed within the typically Venetian figurative milieu of the second and third decades of the century. On the long wall of the Sala Grande is a large altarpiece portraying St. Nicholas, patron saint of seafarers, carried by angels. The piece was painted by Mattia Preti around 1654 to 1655 and was originally located on the altar of St. Nicholas in the Church of St. Francis in Fano. The bishop saint is portrayed supported by angels as on a throne of clouds and surrounded by representations of his miracles, such as the book with golden spheres he gave to poor girls, or the precious metal chalice that started to perform miracles after having been thrown into the sea. On the lower right, there is a vessel full of grain destined to feed famished people, which along with its crew is rescued thanks to the intervention of the saint. Preti had an extended circuit of public and private commissioners, so the fact that work was carried out on the Adriatic coast far from Rome or Naples is not surprising. The iconographic choice was decided by the Franciscan friars who commissioned the painting. They found St. Nicholas close to their culture, as he was protector of paupers and the oppressed, but above all he was patron saint of sailors of all seas, and for this reason would have been worshipped by Fano's fishermen. The painting of a sperm whale captured in Fano in 1767 is by Fano-born painter Sebastiano Ceccarini. It is embellished by a scroll describing the creature's precise size. In the municipal library of Fano, another version of it, by the painter's son Giuseppe, who engraved the same scene on copper, is kept.